The state of Unreal Engine in terms of using it on Mac OS in general, or Macs. Now, in terms of Blender is working just fine. In terms of Maya is working just fine, and I have finished a few projects using Maya on Mac OS, and in my case that would be the M1 MacBook Pro, and even on the M1 MacBook Air, and also the M4 MacBook Air. All of them working flawlessly. In terms of ZBrush, which is another tool that I use, it's working without any issues. And in terms of Redshift is rendering without any issues as well. And all of that is in terms of Mac OS. Even when it comes to Cinema 4D, I have finished a few projects with Cinema 4D, and Cinema 4D was working without any issues. As you can see, the animation that is on the screen right now, that was done with Cinema 4D, and also this avatar was done in Cinema 4D as well. The problem is with Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is not working really well on the Mac OS in general. It's not like related to the M1 or the M2 or M3 or M4 or even the M Pros or the M Maxes or even the M Ultras. It's not about that. It's more about the fact that Unreal Engine on Mac OS, even though now it's natively supported, it's still not at the level where it should be. A great example of this is what you are looking at right now. So as you can see, as soon as I open the project, it crashes and it never goes through. I think it opened only once or twice, and now it did a crash as well. Opening once or twice and then crashing most of the time, that is not a very reliable situation to be in, especially if you want to finish something. Not necessarily provide or deliver that something to a client. Just in a general sense, you want to create something because you are feeling creative today. In that case, you need the machine to work. So sadly, if you are using Unreal Engine and you want to depend heavily with Unreal Engine on Mac OS, it's not reliable and I cannot recommend it. Now, if you are using ZBrush, I do recommend that. If you are using Cinema 4D, I do recommend that. Maya, Blender, and honestly, probably every other software or every other package, it's working without any issues. However, Unreal Engine itself, it's not reliable. Even Mari, and at some point I used it and it was working just fine. Substance Painter works without issues. Now, the only software that I have not tried on Mac OS, and I don't know whether it's gonna work or not, that would be Houdini. I have not dabbled with Houdini just yet. Maybe in the future that will change. But in terms of all the other softwares, I do recommend them with no issues on Mac OS except Unreal Engine. Even Unity is working on Mac OS without any issues if you are trying to make video games with Unity. So the problem lies with Unreal Engine. I do hope that Apple and Epic, they would do more conversations and then they would get us to a point where it's actually reliable to use Unreal Engine on Mac OS, but as it stands right now, the answer is no. And that is very contradicting in terms of what works and what doesn't. So I do hope that we would get to a point where the software is actually working without any issues in the near future. As much as I love Macs, and I am mainly using Macs for all my other works except when it comes to Unreal Engine, hopefully I will get to a point where I can recommend Unreal Engine on Mac OS, but as it stands right now in 2025, I will say steer away from Mac OS if your main tool is Unreal Engine. Other than that, if you are looking for other laptops that you want to use and maybe you are on a budget or whatever that might be, check the other videos on the channel, and thank you for sticking around.